Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. So I just turned on my ring light, the halo light. So we are still working on Paper Pumpkin. So Paper Pumpkin Alternative, that is, for February 2023. Sunshine and Smiles is the name of the kit. We're doing a fun fold. So let me show you a few things here. Share with you. Yikes, my whiteboard doesn't want to stick where it should. So this was the flyer, the instruction sheet for this month's kit. And y'all know I haven't done one just like they did it. I like to do my own thing. So this is the flyer for March's Paper Pumpkin, and that theme is botanically, it's a botanical theme. Plus there's a free gift because they're celebrating 10 years of growth with Paper Pumpkin. Don't forget, now there was an add-on. I hear that they are sold out, but it was this little frog die and the little flower die. And in video number 8, I showed you how I used those. So I'm going to stick those aside. I'm going to show you the cute little stamp set. So let's see, does it go this way? Everything's upside down. A sun, a kite, the kite string, the flowers, the sweet little hello, wishing you sunshine and smiles, and you brighten my day. We are using you brighten my day, the sun, wishing you sunshine and smiles. So that's going to go in there. Now I do have a samples and I have something I would like to give away. So I'm going to show you my first sample of this fun fold. And it is a really cool fun fold. This was using retired products. Now I'm going to tell you, I believe Lisa Crucio is who I saw this fold for. I did change it up just a little bit in this measurement here for this middle piece. So it is just a little bit different, but I can't promise you it was her. For some reason, I don't have it written down. So this is one version. This one's upside down. So this is 2, and this was with Splendid Thoughts. There's nothing on the inside. And I am going to give everything. I have it all ready to go. Let me show you. Here. AWC, Allie's Wonderland Creations, my address. It's going to go to one of you out there watching. It tells you which video it is, so you can follow along. But everything is cut and scored, and you even have all of these little pieces. And what you need to do is share and comment on this particular video. And those who do, I'm going to put your names in a drawing. And I'm going to give it a week. So I should write that down on here. So I will, yikes. And I don't mind mailing outside of the United States, so don't worry about that. Pick winner. Oh my goodness, what is today's date? I gotta look at a calendar. I know it's Monday, like the 28th. So let's see. I should have picked this out already. I'm sorry, but I didn't. So let me go to March. We're here. We're going to do this on, I'm going to try to do a live on the 5th. So we'll put live, pick winner for fun fold. Fold video number 9, Paper Pumpkin. So that's when it will happen. And if I go live, usually I do it at 11 a.m. So you don't have to be on during that, but I will put a comment to you in the comment section to send me your address if you want, if I don't already have your address. So that is all taken care of. Let's get on. So like I said, I just had one of these extra ones cut in one of my class things. I was like, oh, what's in that envelope? And I was like, I know what I can do with it. So just my way of saying thank you for watching and subscribing. So let's go over what you're going to need here. We are going to cut our card base together. And it is going to be 5.5 by 11. It's a bit of an odd fold. You score it 1 3/4 by you score it 1 3/4, 3.5, 7.5, and 9 1/4. we are going to come back to that because I'm going to do that on camera with you. We are also going to, we have cut one layer. Let's see. I've got all my bits and pieces. So we have a layer, and I'm choosing Old Olive. I'm combining Old Olive and Calypso Coral together for this card. So we have cut one layer at 1 1/8 by 4. That's this piece. And then where is my other piece? And I cut up the card bases to do this card. I chose to do 3 different ones. So this is counting as my DSP layer at 1 5/8 by 3 3/4. And we are going to put these, I'm going to keep my little strips and put them in with my sample card so I know. So we are going to marry these together like so as we go along, just to get it out of the way. So that's this one. That's done. I'm going to set that over to my left. Next, we are going to cut for this one here. We are going to use our sheet of cardstock to cut these pieces. But I do have the DSP layers cut. So you're going to cut 2. I chose to use, like I said, I used each of the card bases, the back of them. Yes, I did. Doesn't bother me at all to do this. I think it's going to come out to a really cute card. So cut 2 pieces of cardstock at 1 3/4 by 4. We're going to do that together, but I already cut my DSP layers at 1 1/2 by 3 3/4, and that's those 2. Then we need 3 different square layers. So I have the first one. I always start, at the bottom. So this piece is Old Olive, and it's 3 by 1 1/4 squared. Then we have our Calypso Coral layer, which is 3 by 3 square. And we have our piece of basic white, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And we're going to do some sponging on that one. So I'm going to set the white one aside. I'm going to keep my little tabs here. And we are going to marry these 2 together with a little kiss of glue. So do not be afraid to try this card. It is easier than it looks. You just have to get the measurements right. So I'm putting those 2 aside. Now for the inside of our card, this is a bit of a strange measurement. I'm using Old Olive, and it's 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. This is the layering piece. Let me show you what I mean. This piece right here. Okay. I love how that folds together. And then we have our basic white layer, which is 3 1/2 by 5 basic white. And let's marry these together. Then we're going to go over, we need a bit of scrap. Am I all the way in camera? Maybe put my hands up a little bit more. Sometimes I get, so that is for the inside layer of our card. I'm going to set those aside. Now you'll need a scrap piece of basic white for our sun, and we're going to go ahead and stamp and punch that while we have it. And I'm going to stamp right off onto this because I don't want it that dark. But it is Mango Melody. I just don't want it super dark. And that's all for Mango Melody. And the Sunshine stamp. Let me set that way over there. And I am going to use a punch because it's quicker and easier. That is 1 3/8 of an inch to go around our Sunshine. Set that aside. My punch goes down below. My scrap piece back in the basket. So we need inks. Balmy Blue with the Sponge Dauber, Old Olive for the sentiment, and Mango Melody we just did. So for our sentiment piece, we are using this out of the kit. And I'll show you our kit pieces. Besides our gingham that we cut up, we are going to use the full flowers, one of those little clouds, and the sweet little turtle. Those are, besides our card bases that we cut up for DSP, those are what we're using. So we are going to stamp You brighten my day, and I'm just going to pop that down there and pick it back up so I know it's straight. We're going to stamp this in Old Olive. I'm going to do a test. I like it. So I'm going to turn it this way because it just seems to be easier. Hopefully I get it straight. And while we're stamping, let's go ahead and stamp the inside. So I'm going to move my pieces here. Those over there by the sunshine. Now I'm going to bring back our inside piece, and we are going to stamp Sending You Sunshine and Smiles. Right. Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. Somebody is at my door. Yes, I'm doing video. What can I do for you, Hank? And he leaves. Love my grandson. He is home from school as it is on snow route. And I was not going down wherever the snow route pickup for the bus was. They were running 2 hours behind and on snow route. That just was not happening with me today. He's yelling at the dog outside. So let's move on. We need to cut our now I'm going to get all flustered. Oh, it happens. Life. So we have a full sheet of cardstock. We are going to need our trimmer, cutter, whatever tool that you have. Now, I'm not going to open it up right yet, but I'm going to make our first cut. And you guys have seen me. I keep a little old toothbrush for many uses in my craft room. But one of the best is to get all those little paper fibers out of the track of my cutter, and it does make a difference when you cut. So, just a little tip. So, I am cutting this. This is the 11-inch side. I'm cutting it at the 8.5-inch side to 5 1/2. So, simple cut. We're going to need some of this. Now I'm going to open up that arm, and I'm going to remove my cardstock. I'm going to scoop my cutting blade way at the top because I don't want to touch it. I don't want to use it. So we are going to start at 1 3/4, which is right here. Score. Now I like to score just going over it with nice light pressure. If you just go over it several times, it's going to score really nice rather than forcing it and pushing it down too hard. We're going to go to 3 1/2 is our next score. Now to 7 1/2. Let me see if I can bring this over some more. And truly do not be afraid to make this card. It is easier than you think. And then at 9 1/4, going over that, and that is all the scoring you need to do. We will need to do some cutting, so let's set our card base aside and cut our strips that we need. So I don't have a tag for this, but the strips that I need is to cut 2 layers of cardstock, 1 3/4 by 4. And I chose to do this when I brought my cutter out. So I'm going to cut it 4 here. And then it needs to be at 1 3/4. Making sure that's cut 2. Yes, before I cut the wrong one. 1 3/4. So there's one piece we need. Now I'm going to cut this one at 4, and this is all out of the same sheet of cardstock. Now this is a square that's left over, and this is 3 by 3. If I didn't already have it prepped, I would have used that. So out of that sheet of cardstock, I would have had these 2 strips left over from my card base, okay? So it really is a great use. You still have some left over. And let's finish. Oh, we don't need that square. I'll be using it for something else. So here are my, oh, I got some little frayed edges. Time to change my cutting blade, if I can find my cutter blade replacements. Let's marry that with their counterpart. So you could choose the same DSP. I chose to use different DSP. Just gonna throw a little bit of glue on here and put it like so. My grandson is probably ready for lunch. He's just gonna have to wait a little bit longer if I don't go in there and find him ransacking the cupboards to find himself lunch. Can be good and bad. So now you can see all of my 3 pieces for our card. That's going to go on the front. Now we're going to do some creasing, and the easiest way for me to do it is knowing that this needs to fold inwards. So I do that one, fold it back out, fold the other side inwards. And I don't know why, but I do like to score things away. So there's one, like so. And you fold that one back. So these first 2 inwards, and this one, the 2 flaps, you fold outward. And it's almost like making a bench card. It's kind of like a gatefold, a bench card, and it just is that cute sliding piece is what is so great about this. So we can go ahead and glue our inner piece layer down in your card. And I think I will stamp a big old sun on here. Looks like there's space for it right up here. Shall I do that? I want to. Where's the Mingo Melody? I put it up somewhere. And my sunshine I did. So we're going to go ahead and stamp a big old sun right there. I'm going to bring back my pad, stamp off. I just want that right there. Yes. Okay, that makes it look better. Close out that ink pad again. Now, to put our elements in their rightful places, determine if you want blue or pink on top. I want pink at the bottom, the flamingo. So what I do is I take my piece, I line it up inside the card, because this flap here, I want to make sure that's folded down. And I am just adding glue, making sure I don't go outside of this. Okay, and now I'm going to pick this up, and I am going to marry those 2 together using the edge here to keep it straight. I'm going to pick it up, make sure it's straight all the way across, and that's one done. Now I'm going to do the same on the other side, just on this side. These 2 only get glued to that little bit here. We're going to leave a gap here, so I'm tucking my cardstock in like so, and I'm making me a rectangle, square, whatever you want to say it is. And then I'm going to put that right on top. Now I'm going to pick it up. I just want to make sure it's even. See, it needed to get adjusted a little bit. That's what I love, liquid glue. So there it is. So there you can see how it's coming together. Now we have this opening here, and we glued on the left. Now we're going to glue on the right, and this is going to sit right in there, and it has a very small little gap in it, and I love that. So here we're going to add our glue, and now there was a bigger gap on whoever made this card. They had a larger gap in their spacing between these 2, and that's why I changed it a bit. I didn't like the gap. So there we have it. So it interlocks, comes, it's great. It is so cool. So we have next our second piece. Now you can put this up on dimensionals or you can glue it flat. As I'm putting everything up onto everything, my little ephemera pieces, my little decorations, I am choosing to glue this down. So I am going to use this as a guide again. I am going to add glue here, here, and then in the middle of all that, I'm going to add glue. Then I'm going to simply keep it all down flat. I am going to put that right on top. Give it a minute to adhere nicely, and you're going to see how well this just opens up. This is really a great fun fold card. So there you have it. So let's work on our focal point of our card, and that's using that 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 square. We're just going to use my handy dandy sponge dauber here that I've been using for this kit in Balmy Blue, and stamp off most of that. And we're going to start doing little swirls. You could use a blending brush, whatever you feel most comfortable with. I'm just adding a sky to this background, okay? And I'm thinking, oh, those little carrots that were free with celebration would be so cute as grass on here. Do I dare bring them out? Oh yeah, I dare. I had too much fun playing with those. You know I'm going to. I wasn't originally, but now I got to think of where I put that stump set. I can see some grass on here in Old Olive. Oh, I do like that. So I'm adding a little bit more pressure. I want to take most of that off again. This is the top. I'm doing a little darker, leaving a little lighter in there, coming down the sides, and lightly adding some more little swirls or little swishes. It's up to you. Oh, so cute. Love it. Love it. So let me grab, because this is, you know, on the fly. I start changing my mind. That Thanks a Bunch stamp set. Oh, y'all, this is so versatile. I'm telling you, it is crazy how much fun you can have with carrots. Thank you, Mr. Ian, from Stamping with Ian. Oh, yes, I was wondering where. There's the sheet to cover it. So we are going to use this image here. And I liked this one as some trees, but you know, we could try this one too. So let's add those. Oh, I tore it on accident. So let's see. We need that one on here. And plop it down, pick it up, turn it over, pick it up, turn it over and pick it up. And we are going to make ourselves some grass. We're just adding a little bit more character to our image. So solid here. Oh, it fits like perfectly. So stamp once, and then I'm going to come down here and stamp again. I'm going to stamp off and stamp up, and one more time down at the bottom just to fill it in. So that is so cute. So we're going to add a tree. And I think I want my tree hanging off like so. And I'm going to balance it out and put a tree on this side. Now this little one, I think I only want like the top half of this. And I want it stamped off. It's just, oh, definitely. So cute. Just like so. So much fun to play with. And I'm thinking we're going to use that on our envelope. So, do you see how darling this is? Yikes. Okay. This is also getting glued straight down because the other elements are going on dimensionals. So, and I can put, oh, it's too cute. Ah! I love it when a concept in my head comes together, especially when I'm only doing one of that card. So we are going to put You Brighten My Day up there. Our little flowers are going down here. Our wee little turtle is taking a walk in the garden, and you can see how this is going. So we're going to add some glue right here for the sun. Just right to the page is just fine. And I like it being up. Well, I want it a little higher. I want it to cover that corner. And let's see, we need some dimensionals for our cloud. Come on. Nails and me are not particularly suited. I try from time to time. I loved them. They were rich razzleberry. I could not resist having them done with my gorgeous daughter. So we're going to put some dimensionals now on Mr. Turtle. Tuttle the Turtle. Tuttle, because I had a teacher named Mrs. Tuttle in the 4th grade at Cornita Elementary School. She was a wonderful teacher to a new student. So we're just going to tip him right there. So cute. So minis for our little full thing of flowers. I just think it balances it out at the bottom. So we're going to add probably 4 dimensionals here to get them all going. Look at that. So sweet. Wishing you sunshine and smiles. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, now we're going to work on our envelope. And I said we're going to bring back, I do want to bring back my Stampin' Pierce map. That actually really does help when you're using polymer stamp sets. Sometimes I just don't care, but if you want a better image, it does work. So I'm going to add some grass. Glare from my lights. There's some grass, and I'm just going to continue my grass line here. And I'm going to add some trees, just mimicking what we did on the front. So there's a tree. And here's a tree. And a couple of little bushes. Stamp off. Just some ferns. And that is our envelope for our card. Just a little touch of fun and whimsy on it. And I hope this wasn't too long of a video. And I hope you guys try this fold. And I hope... Oh, you know what? We didn't glue this down. Dimensionals. That's why. I was going to put it up on dimensionals. So let's do that. How funny. I just thought it was sitting there. So in it, wasn't going anywhere. So it's like, was it on there? No. My nail is. So let's get that. I'm going to stick one more mini. If I had used full dimensionals, the regular size one, I just would have put 2. But you know what we do have? We can add it to this. I really like this. Where's my little basket of goodies in here? I'm looking for those little enamel dots that came in this kit set. You can see my cut up pieces. Okay, enamel dots. You're in here. There they are. I don't want the raindrops. I want those. And handy dandy needle. Gonna add one right here. One on this side of it. Yes. And do I want to add any more anywhere else? I don't think so. I think 2 is going to cut it. I really like that. So Wink of Stella, of course. We're going to make it shimmer and shine. Shimmer and Shine our sunshine and do a little bit in our cloud. And of course, Mr. Turtle needs to be sparkly. Mr. Tuttle the Turtle. So the little leaves, the little flowers, and it's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, too much fun. Love it, love it, love it. Gotta go make my grandson some lunch. He was so sweet to try not to speak while I was on camera. I love that little guy, even in his trying times. I love that little man. So I hope you guys like this, and I hope you take me up on my offer of getting a chance to receive all the pieces to do your own card. I suggest if you do get this, make yourself a template. I have a template. Myself, I have template pieces, but make yourself a template for what I send you. Just the basics of the card fold, the layering pieces, the 2 strips, this strip, and all of that fun stuff just makes for beautiful, beautiful card. And I can't wait to see who takes me up on it. So come back and visit me again in my Wonderland, would you? Bye-bye now.